2.6. We are going to be solving equations for a variable, and there may or may not be numbers in the equation. So if I had A times B plus C equals D, and I wanted to know what is the equation if I solve for B, what do I need to do to get the B by itself? Well, I don't want to divide by A yet. What's the first thing that happens to B? A. What's the second thing? C. So now I need to pedal backwards. Subtract C. Well, what is D minus C? It's just D minus C. So A times B is equal to D minus C. Now what? Divide by A. And I don't know what D minus C divided by A is, so the new formula is D minus C over A. Why would we want to do this? Because maybe. So you guys know the rate times time is equal to distance. So if you drive 30 miles per hour for 15 hours, how far will you travel? So this is a rate, 30 miles per hour. So that's a rate multiplied by a time. And notice that the h's cancel. And I get 30 times 15, which is 450. I guess I should do m's. So 450 miles. And that's the formula. Take your rate or your speed, multiply it by the time, and that will tell you how far you go. Okay. Well, how much time does it take to drive 300 miles if you're traveling at 25 miles per hour? Well, I just need to change the formula. I need to solve for t. How do I solve this original formula for t? Divide by r. And I get a new formula that says t is equal to d over r. So to calculate how long it will how long it would take, I just take 300 and I divide it by 25. So 300 divided by 25 will take me 12 hours. So quite often a formula has multiple variables in there, and you have enough information to plug in to find a specific formula, and then a lot of times you're going to need to adapt the formula to get what you want. So in chemistry there's a formula called the pressure formula, pressure volume of a gas. So it's P times V is equal to N to the ERT. And it says the pressure of a gas times its volume is equal to, I forgot what the rest of it means. But if you want to know how many atoms are in this room, for instance, you need to know what kind of gas is in there, how much pressure is there, how big is the room, what's the temperature, and there's one more variable I can't figure out. But anyway, if you know all of those but one, then you can solve the equation for the remaining one and then just plug the information in. So your assignment today is going to look like this. So the first one, y minus 16 is equal to b. If I want to solve for y, I just add 16. And I get y equals b plus 16. Okay. Number 2, you're going to subtract s and add 8. So look at number 4. I want to solve for L. Should I divide by 8 first or divide by W first? I would actually do them both at the same time. If you do them one at a time, watch what happens. So I'm going to divide by 8 and then divide by W. So I get V divided by 8 divided by W. That looks kind of weird, right? So we don't want to do it that way. Instead, let's just divide by 8W. And I get L equals V divided by 8W. Okay. That one's pretty straightforward. What should we do for number 7? What would we do first? So, yeah, we could divide by 1 over 8, but that's kind of messy. Divided by 1 over 8. So the other way we figured out how to do that was times it by the upside down version of that, which is 8 over 1, which is just 8. So it just becomes 8f, and then we would subtract h and add k. Let's look at the rest of these. That's pretty simple. Okay, I think that's all you need to know. Any questions? Okay, get to work.